Yo, I'm recording Club N17. I'm here with Dino. We've just been discussing our, well, not ours, your lack of fitness during lockdown, fam. So, yeah, it's been a bit depressing, but our game yesterday, 4-1, finally back to winning ways. In fact, I don't even know what you think about it. We haven't spoken about it at all, so I'm not going to project anything. What did you think, fam?
Straight away, like the first thing you look at is the lineup, innit? And we see that he went with Toby and Dyer.
Yeah. Is that what we predicted?
That's what I think you think. I think you might have predicted it. I wanted him to play Sanchez and Rodon, which was impossible because Rodon wasn't even.
He wasn't even available. He's not even in the squad, is he? Yeah, only the best pundits on Club N17.
Mate,
you want the stats, you want the facts, go elsewhere.
Go somewhere else.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what I did with the boys, though, is kind of went through the fringe players and talked about how I thought those guys got on. So maybe we'll go through it really quickly then. So
yeah, let's go.
If it can be done. So we'll start from the back. Doherty?
Didn't do anything really, did he?
No.
Nothing to talk about. Didn't make any mistakes. So he's had a better game than Aurier normally has, straight off, but nothing to talk about.
Good. Next one. Harry Winks. Same? Exactly the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I noticed yesterday, actually, that I haven't noticed before? Because people say he's lightweight. And I've always thought, are you just saying that because he's not that big? But he bottled out of a couple of challenges yesterday that I haven't seen him do that before. Yeah. And I was just thinking about him because we've spoken about him a lot. And he seems like completely shot of confidence, I think. Like, like this passing forward thing. And he don't, like when a new kid joins a team and he's kind of, like he's probably got the ability in that, but he don't really want to get hold of the ball and he don't want to make any mistakes. And he plays pretty much like he's scared and like he don't know no one. It's weird. But when I seen him bottle it the other day, or last night, I've never really seen him do that. I know like he ain't like full on aggressive and whatnot, but I never said he was a bitch, but I don't know, he just seems to have completely lost his shit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because he doesn't bottle out of challenges. He does put himself about. I'm used to him doing that. So I was always comfortable when it was like him and Sissoko in the middle. I did used to hear a lot of people talking about him being lightweight, but I'm like, are you not seeing this guy? He puts his foot in all the time. So yeah, it is concerning that he's bottling challenges. So that does tell you that there's something wrong. I don't know about you, but I actually find that that's one of the easier things to do is put yourself about a bit. Don't really need that much confidence, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Do you know what I mean by that? I know it's a bit of an odd concept.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
if you're short of confidence, it's a 50-50. You still want to win the 50-50. Yeah. It's the stuff where you actually have to concentrate when you're on the ball or getting in position and thinking about what you're doing tactically. Whereas when you're chucking yourself in there, just go in. You win it, brownie points.
It's the type of thing that, like, if the stadium's full and you ain't having a great time, win a couple of 50-50s, crowd gets on your side, and you can play your way into form and confidence. But I just think he's gone so deep into a shell that, like, he's scared to take the ball, he's scared to pass the ball, he's scared to put his foot in. He looks completely shot, which is I don't know why that would be, because it kind of seemed like Mourinho wanted him to be good. I think Mourinho liked him.
He really liked him, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I don't know what's happened there. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, well, maybe
a couple of bad games and he's just lost it.
Maybe, or maybe he's got a monkey on his back as well, because, you know, when Mourinho likes you, I don't know, because he kind of lays off a Son, he lays off a Kane, he doesn't really try to lecture them on about anything or get on their backs about anything. But some of the others, you know, he's on their ass. He was on Ndombele's ass.
Yeah, but but look what happened there. Ndombele's come out and yeah.
But maybe Ndombele is just one of these irrepressible players. You just can't. It's just so.
He looks like he don't give a fuck, does he?
Yeah, he just does what the fuck he wants anyway. He can beat anybody,
exactly.
And he knows it. So that's Harry Winks. There's no real conclusion. The only thing I'd say conclusion-wise with that is that it does look that he's trying to play his way back into some sort of confidence. So I did think that he was trying to do something. I don't think it was hiding necessarily. I know ducking out of challenges could be considered that, but generally he was trying to get on the ball. Not as hungry like Højbjerg would be, constantly sort of like surveying around the back four, looking to get the ball. But he did his fair share of doing that, not as much as he does when he's on form.
I wouldn't even accuse him of hiding. He just seems to be playing like well within himself, and that's different from even not playing well. Like he ain't putting himself out there and about, and it don't look like it's to do with being lazy. It's kind of, he just looks fucking scared of life.
Oh yes. So it's my boys now. Let's tackle. Do you want to tackle them together or individually? So Ali and Bale.
Bale, he got an assist and a goal, didn't he? Goal was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
Really good.
The assist was kind of, he just blindly sort of clipped it back, and Son somehow put that in.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
Lloris don't have them kind of fucking reflexes.
I don't know how anyone can even talk about Bale and the assist, because like our Son made something out of that dead ball, and I'm not slagging it off as a dead ball. I'm just saying it, but he done his best. He just got it into an area, didn't he? And Son somehow, like, that was a great finish. Like, no one really spoke about it. Everyone was too busy talking about Bale's, but that was good. Son's sick. Apart from that, I thought Bale was pretty much as useless as he normally is, to be honest. I've heard everyone say that it was better, but what bit was better, really?
For real?
I'm not saying he was absolutely terrible. Like,
He was better than he has been. Look, I know
he touched the ball a few times.
Sorry?
He was better than he has been because he touched the ball a few times. But let's not pretend that means you played well.
I mean, I think he took this situations by the scruff of the neck, basically. I think there were times where you could just do basic things, but you can tell he was looking to go at them. You know, the hunger to do something was there. I mean, it was more than what when Bergwijn came.
I wouldn't say the hunger wasn't still there, but I'd say give the ball away more times than he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the hunger doesn't necessarily mean that you played well. But I did see him try to do a couple of crossfield passes.
It was better than normal, but it still wasn't nowhere near as good enough, was it?
I think he's going to get considered for the West Ham game.
I don't think he's tricked Jose. Like, scoring a good goal against a team that didn't, against a mid-table Austrian team that had no intent on defending, without doing anything else in the game, really, I don't think gets you into a Premier League team. Does it? I'm not slagging him. It sounds like I'm just slagging him off, but I'm not. He didn't look frightening or dangerous. He just looked like an average player that scored a good goal. That's what he looked like. Did he not?
No.
Did he do anything else that was any good apart from scored a goal?
Look, he took a couple players on a couple of occasions. Didn't win all of them. Well, look, I'd say it was like a 7 out of 10.
He'd probably get a 7 because the goal was so good, and he's going to get that assist.
And he
didn't do anything particularly. He didn't have an absolute stinker, so that probably gets you a 7.
Yeah. Delhi.
I mean, everyone wants to give him a 7 or an 8 because he nutmegged someone in the first 15 minutes.
No, I mean, look, it's a 6 for me, but I'm optimistic. He also looks like someone playing his way back into some sort of form. I don't think he looked as useless as he has been. And you did start, look, it was reminiscent, wasn't it? Seeing him nutmeg some people. So he nutmegged the guy and I think he wanted to nutmeg the keeper as well, but didn't hit it quite right anyway.
It was a nice move, wasn't it? It would have been a good goal if it went in.
Goal.
And
done a lot of.
He kind of flicked the ball over his head, didn't he? Tried to set. I think it was Moura up. That was quite a cool little move.
Yeah.
So like two moments where we looked like Dele Alli, and apart from that, bang average at best footballer. He looked like to me.
Well,
I mean, Moura. Lamela done more in the 20 minutes that he had than Dele Alli done in the whole game, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that to Wacko yesterday. So
Lucas Moura was on another planet to Dele Alli and Gareth Bale. Much better than both of them.
Yeah, but I mean, he's another one though. If you're going to say about the other two that, okay, they done a little bit here and there, it wasn't a sustained good performance.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say he's great.
Lucas as well.
I thought he was much better than both of them, and I wouldn't say he was great, but he was much better than both of them. I don't think anyone played that well, to be honest. I thought before the match we said it was going to be, or you was hoping for sort of 5 or 6 goals. And I said that it was going to be a proper shit 3-1 and we'd just sort of limp over and it would take the better players to get us out of an hole that we got ourselves into because we would have given away an own goal or a penalty. And it was just a little bit better than I thought. It weren't much better than I thought, was it? I wouldn't say we played a mid-table Austrian team that their plan for the match was to go toe-to-toe with a mid-table Premier League team who had Gareth Bale and Son up front. And they're fucking stupid. Like, that's probably tactically the most stupid thing that I've seen this season.
Like that first half from them was absolutely shocking. They were.
It was their manager's fault though. I don't think they weren't trying or anything. They was having a go, but
it was the wrong thing to do.
It was stupid. I was fucking mad. I wonder what that geezer's on, money-wise.
Well,
imagine that's his job. That's his job, and that was his plan. Let's go toe-to-toe with Spurs. Fucking hell, mate.
Well, the only thing I can say for him is maybe he just really rates them players.
They're shit.
Yeah, they could they're mid-table. I think only like their number 9 in their league. I think only their number 9, their striker, was the only one who has any kind of notoriety about him. And the only kind of notoriety is just a couple of people have seen him and might be interested in him at some point in the future. So that was that's their best player. So to try and go toe-to-toe with us when that's the best you've got on there was absolutely nuts, mate. He started with Son up front. Were you surprised by that?
I wasn't surprised, but I don't know why he done it. Son looks like he needs a rest. I thought actually he led the line really well.
I thought he did really well up there.
And then even his goal was like a poacher's goal. I think it's the first time he's played up front under Jose and looked like a proper forward. So I really like him as a forward.
I like him as well. Wacko and I touched on it. that you and I have been speaking about putting Kane in the 10. I think we were just talking about it because I was thinking about how you could accommodate Lucas Moura in the team, or Gareth Bale. I don't know, but I think we're focusing more about Moura on the time, or at the time, and having the Kane as a 10 with Son up front and having Lucas on the left, because I thought he looked really quite effective on the left.
Yeah, Lucas is a weird one. He's frustrating, isn't he? Like that, going past a couple of players and then smashing it into the corner. He could probably do that once a game.
Yeah,
couldn't he?
Whenever he wanted to, but he just doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird. I mean, look, we spoke about it till we're blue in the face, but it's a shame that we can't actually get him to do that a lot more regularly for us in game times. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about. Yeah, so I heard that Son wanted to start because he won the Puskás Award. So something to do with playing in the Puskás Stadium or some shit like that. So Mourinho was like, yeah, all right, no worries. And so after he scores his goal, take him off at half time. It's fine. Otherwise, maybe Vinicius would have started. Now, just think if you're Vinicius, what a fuckery that is.
That don't sound like saying. That don't sound like Jose thing, does it? Can you imagine that him going, yeah, that sounds fair? I don't think so. I think he probably stuck Son up and thought, let's get the job done. Once we've scored 3 goals, you can come off.
Yeah.
Well, but he might as well start Vinicius.
Anyway. Go on.
Might as well start Vinicius. We would have scored 3 goals against that team playing like that anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't to know, but definitely in hindsight, yeah, we would have smashed them anyway.
Yeah. So that's what we said. We would have scored 3 goals not playing well against them. It was obvious. Don't know why he needed to play Son, but he did, and he ain't injured, so I guess it don't really matter, does it?
Mm-hmm. And then when Tanguy came on, I was like, oh my days, because he did go on, didn't he?
Yeah, it's unnecessary, isn't it?
It was unnecessary, but it was just, I just felt sorry for their team. So just seeing him come on, he's just going to make a couple of them look stupid.
Well, after the reason he had to come
on, but luckily you did. I can only remember 2 take-ons that he'd done that were quite good.
He kind of had to bring them on in the end, didn't he? Because the team was just playing so bad. The mid-table Austrian team that went toe-to-toe with us was getting the better of us in the end, weren't they?
Trying to come back into it. Yeah.
They was coming back into it. He had to change it, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Do you know what? We didn't even mention Hugo Lloris's save.
Yeah, it's a good save, wasn't it?
Brilliant save. He's got that though, hasn't he? He's got those reflexes. That's his biggest strength. But he might have the Serge Aurier syndrome. Not as badly, but he has mistakes in him. You can't play them out of him. I know all goalkeepers are going to make mistakes, and when they do come up, but usually the good ones you'll probably get 3 a season.
Yeah, I suppose so. But that really is what makes a good goalkeeper, and all goalkeepers can make saves and catch balls. It's the best goalkeeper is the one that makes the least mistakes, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I still think he was unlucky with that match with a penalty and
you were on his side, weren't you?
I still think he was unlucky with that. So if you look at it that way, I think up until he made a mistake, didn't he, in the Palace game, and he threw the ball in the back of the net, didn't he? Against was that City?
Everton, weren't it? With the Calvert-Lewin one.
That's it. Yeah. And then there was a mix-up with him and Dyer, which really was Dyer's fault. I think he's been quite unlucky. I don't think he's been that bad. Everyone's like, we've got to get rid of him because he's lost the plot. We haven't got to get rid of him because he's lost the plot. We've got to think about getting rid of him because he's getting old.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I do like him and I do rate him. I just don't think he should be our captain, that's all. I don't think his captain material was too many mistakes. Plus, there was the drink drive. I know people make mistakes, but Harry Kane's not going to make that mistake.
I don't think it matters who's captain, to be honest. I mean, would Højbjerg act any different if he had an armband around his arm? Probably not. It's just a nice little. It's just a pat on the back for whoever's got the armband, isn't it? Really.
Well, not really, because you can't really say that about Jordan Henderson or Steven Gerrard. Like, those guys as captain, they really do give something else to the team. So it's like when there's fans in the stadium, that lifts the team a little bit more. Or when a captain of that good captaincy style is on the pitch, it also brings the level up, and also they can help control games if they are like really quite intelligent.
But if you took the captain's armband off of Gerrard and give it to Carragher, you're still going to get Gerrard's still going to do exactly the same thing, isn't
he? Yeah.
I think if you're trying to like at youth level and that, and you see a natural leader in a kid or something, and you're trying to bring that out of him, you make him captain, and you're like, right, do this, boss that, and then try and give them a couple of tips here and there, and then let them go and express themselves, and that will give them the confidence to become a captain. I can sort of get that, and I suppose that can be translated into older, but I don't know. Leaders are leaders, aren't they?
Yeah. You heard it here first on Club N17. Captains are not that important. It doesn't matter if you're a captain or not.
They're not.
Profound. I mean, profound stuff we come out with on this channel.
Look at international level, yeah?
Right.
The captain of, apart from England, the captain of pretty much any other international team is whoever's got the most caps. No one gives a fuck. They don't. Well, it's just a pat on the back. Well done. You've got the most caps. Here's your armband. Everyone go out there.
I think you're persuading me on that. I think you've persuaded me on this one, mate. Yeah, I think you persuaded me on that. So I don't really have an opinion on Hugo Lloris then, really, because it's not even that important. So
I think he's been unlucky. That's all. He's gone for a little spell of bad luck.
Right. Look, I need to speak up a little bit about my boy Sissoko. He was not good yesterday.
I was fucking hoping you wasn't going to try and say he played all right yesterday.
No.
Fucking that would have been argument number 3 on the bounce.
He had a stinker, but I've just been here, so I've been listening to the radio and, just reading stuff online. And watching some other channels as well. And the stick that this guy gets, I think is fucking bang out of order.
You know what?
We got two.
You know what? Yesterday.
Go on.
Well done. What was you going to say?
I was going to say we got two seasons of like. At the moment, right? We've got him where he just does a job, and we know he does a job, and we didn't know that he could do that job when he first came to us. So when he started out on the right and he was shit, and then we got him in the middle and we started to see, holy shit, this guy is doing bits. He was doing all the running around and everything, but he was winning challenges, taking control of games in the middle because he was in there with Harry Winks. And he was the bigger personality between him and Winks on the pitch, playing wise. And he was the secure one out of those two. And a good Harry Winks, that is, as well. So he was consistent for 2 seasons straight. And remember, I think at the beginning of this season where who we were playing when he scored that goal where he sort of like jumped up and volleyed it. And everyone, there was fans in the stadium at the time, I think. So it wouldn't have been this season.
Yeah, I think that might have been last year. I think that might be one of Jose's first games,
Yeah.
But go on anyway.
But everyone was going absolutely nuts and batshit because we fucking loved that guy. And those 2 seasons of that consistent play is the reason that we fucking love that guy. And the way that people are slagging him off at the moment right now, I think is bang out of order. Because I remember with Højbjerg, he's been playing well. He's been playing consistent. And he's made 2 massive profile mistakes after just this short time that he's been playing with us. And everyone's like, yeah, we give him those. We'll give him those. I'm like, well, this guy has helped drag us through and got us performing extremely well. Well, actually, he was part of the team when we started to dip a bit with Pochettino, but he was usually the bright spark. Even when the rest of the team were getting 4 5s out of 10, he was still a fucking 8. He was like literally him and Kane, usually, if the ball was getting to him in the first place, were the ones who were dragging us through. So I think it's completely bang out of order. And the reason why is just because he looks weird when he plays. That's why we're banging that. That's why everyone's on his fucking back. And I just think that's stupid because he still does the job. Rant over. React.
Oh, fuck me. So he turned up, right? And he looked probably like the worst player we'd ever bought, ever. Like any period in the history of the club, didn't he?
Yeah, Paul Mahoney.
That's not an exaggeration either.
No, yeah.
That's not an exaggeration either. So then he had 2 decent seasons. He wasn't brilliant. He ran around a lot, put his foot in, and he was better than what we had because everyone else was so shit.
You've forgotten.
I ain't forgotten. What did he do?
Brilliant. Because not only...
He wasn't brilliant.
He was brilliant.
He was good.
When we were singing, when that comes, because
that's just because everyone loves...
You probably think it was just like some ironic shit. It was more than just, oh, look, that shit he's done something good. It was like, actually, he is a good player.
It weren't, Mike.
Telling you.
Do you know people started singing that song, right? Because he was so bad. He had a decent game. Everyone loved the Moussa Dembele song, so they just changed it to Moussa Sissoko so they could carry on singing it.
No.
And they sung it.
It did start off ironically. Because...
But he done all right.
Like certain bits. Well, it was just certain bits and pieces in games that the song will come out because, oh, shit, that's it. But he would carry on performing like that throughout the whole match, doing them bits that makes us scream his name, sing his name out consistently, 2 seasons in a row.
For 2 seasons, also, £30 million.
The fitness level of the guy is a fucking beast. He was always available.
He's an athlete.
He's a complete athlete as well. Like
30 million for an athlete.
Respect on the man's name, for real.
No, I don't agree.
I totally think you're wrong on this, man.
30 million for an athlete. He can't play football.
And look, I think that's decent.
30 million for someone that can't play football.
But he can't play football.
He can't play football, Mike.
Mate, this is the height of hyperbole. And this is what I'm saying. It's because he looks.
No, it's not because he looks. It's because he can't.
He can.
It's not because he looks like he can't.
Listen, I'm not going to say he's got finesse. He's got quality.
No,
I will say he understands the game. He's very good tactically. He knows what he needs to be doing. He's sensible. So he's been playing in midfield and covering Serge Aurier at the same time for like a whole season. He was doing that.
To stand in a position, and he can stand in a position. That's all we can do.
He wasn't just standing there because, like I said, it was covering Serge Aurier, plus being the holding midfielder, picking up the ball from the centre backs, plus breaking up play, plus bursting forward every now and again.
I can't honestly believe we're having this argument. I can't believe that you honestly think that Sissoko can play football.
Oh my days. That's too much. He can play.
Is his touch good? It
can be.
Was he good last night when he fucking passed the ball into the penalty area and then kicked someone over?
He passed the ball he had a bad touch, so he went into the area and then he tried to do some judo. And then he went to do some judo role. But that's just...
But I'm not slagging him.
Like I said, that's his touch. He's been so consistent for us for a long time. And when I say consistent, people talk about 7s out of 10. He's a consistent 8, 9 out of 10.
No, fucking, he's never got a 9 ever, Mike. He's got 7s and a couple of 8s.
Fuck.
And when you talk about consistency, right? His touch for that penalty, that was consistency. Because that's how he controls the ball. Because he can't play football. He can't. He's not a good footballer. He's a great athlete.
Wow.
He's strong, physical, and fast.
Wow.
With good stamina.
Shocking.
I can't.
You're not the listen. You're not the only one that thinks this way. I mean, I think you're being well hyperbolic in the fact that you're saying that he can't play football, because I think most people will say that he can play, but he doesn't have any quality, right? So you're not the only one who would think this way about Sissoko. So all I'm doing is putting it out in the air that I respect that man, and I think he is a good footballer player. And at the moment, he was keeping Harry Winks out. I know he was out of form, but he was doing what Mourinho wanted to do, because Mourinho wanted us playing that really shitty defensive football, which he's a good tool for that. He's a good tool for that.
Yeah, he was. He's a cone, isn't he? Stand there, and that's your position, run around in that.
Yeah, but then he was also attacking for us when he was under Pochettino as well. He would drive through because he was fast and powerful. He has fast and powerful runs.
There you go.
So he added something to it.
There is only 2 attributes he's got. He's fast and powerful. That is it. There is only 2 attributes, Mike. They are.
No.
What are his other attributes? Is he a good passer with the ball?
He can pass.
No, I can pass.
Yeah.
I can pass and you can pass.
And that's okay. And that's okay. If you're on the pitch.
No one's calling me a good footballer.
No, listen, but if you're also an athlete, you also break up play, you're a good tackler, right? You're good at marking players. You can also cover your fucking liability of a right back. You can still burst forward, you know, and you can just pass. That's fucking useful. Isn't that what Jordan Henderson does? No, that's silly, because he's got a bit of class on him. But generally, if Henderson's playing a game where he doesn't, do you know, I'm going to done that one because I was going to talk some absolute gas then.
Henderson, yeah. Henderson's got all them attributes that Sissoko's got, but he can play a bit.
Looks like he can play. That's the difference.
No, he don't look like it. He can. He can play a bit. And N'Golo Kante's got all them attributes. Probably not as powerful because he's smaller, but he can play a bit.
No, N'Golo Kante's actually got quality, so that's, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm never ever saying
got the physical attributes that can't play.
I'm not saying he has got quality. I'm saying if you've got a person with all of those attributes that you can do, that, you know, with being the athlete that you are and the reader of the football game of a football match that you are in game, then, and you can also pass. Yes, that can make you a good footballer. And you're consistent with it as well. You're consistent. You don't make very many mistakes. Well, and now he's made them, and everybody is, he's so shit. He's this, he's that.
Because this is the
problem. Ungrateful fuckers. That guy helped keep us at a decent level when we've been bad, and also complimented us when we were doing well. He added real power in that midfield when we needed it.
You know what? When you're doing all right and we're winning and he's giving everything and everyone's singing his name, it's great. But it sounds like I don't like him. I think he's brilliant. Like, you can't slag someone off for not being good at football because they're just not good at football. You can slag off the person that's picking them or whatnot, but the only real reason you can slag people off is if they're not trying, right? Wow. So I'm not slagging him. He gives 100% and he does everything, like, as you said, he takes orders and he understands them and he carries them out, right? So I'm not saying he's useless, and I'm not saying I wouldn't pick him, because in some games I would pick him. Like, I would have picked him against City. I thought it was mad that he didn't start.
Well, how could you pick someone against City if you think the guy can't play football?
Because it shouldn't have been about having the ball against City. And to do that, he's better than what we've got. So we haven't got someone with his attributes that can play football. So it had to be him.
Fair enough.
That's why. But this is what happens when it's shit and it's all going wrong, and everyone's looking for someone to point the finger at, and you go through the team, you get to Sissoko, and you go, right, you're talking about finishing 4th. And in the centre of your midfield is someone who has no natural footballing ability. Come on.
Completely wrong. He's got natural.
Where's his natural ability? Where then? Show me a fucking game.
How he reads the game? Didn't I just tell you?
He don't read the game. He's a cone.
No, he gets told. All right, look, he gets told what to do. And he does it. And you know what the difference? you used to hear a lot that, you know,
and that's actually
football
like an
fans don't
attribute,
know shit
by the way.
about football fans don't know shit about football, about tactics and all that kind of stuff, right?
Wow, Jesus, just dissed everyone. But go on.
No, but that's what people say, don't they? And that you don't know.
They do say that, yeah. If you've never played professional football, you shouldn't have an opinion, is what people say. Maybe this is evidence.
So
that they're right.
So he has made it all the way to a Premiership football team. Okay.
Yeah,
you get given instructions, you get told what to do, he fucking does it. And he does it well. And he does it with power, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm saying. Like, technically, he knows what to do. He's decent at reading the game as well. Just he's got his weaknesses. He's not good attacking, all right? But there are times when he knows when he can burst into these powerful sprints that he would do to bring us up the pitch. You know, it's lessened now, but that's maybe because it's down to having Mourinho. They used to do it a lot more under Poch, okay? So it's about having the timing to do that, to start off counter-attacks. Plus, you've got to think, I've got this fucking liability at right back that I've got to go and cover. Plus, you've got to be in there to break up play, and you've got to be there to receive the ball from your defenders to start playing. Even if it is just to give it to the other player, to give it to your wings.
I understand all that.
To play. He does that job. You can't be a shit footballer doing that at that level. So I get that you're saying that, look, you're not slagging him. And fine, that's no problem. But what you are doing is saying that he can't play football. And that's what I need to disprove to you, because he can.
Is Sanchez a good defender?
Sorry?
Is Sanchez a good defender?
No, but you can see how he got to where he is.
And the same thing with Sissoko. Because he's strong and powerful and can take instructions, you can see where he got to. But it doesn't make him a good footballer.
Yeah, no, but Sanchez fucked up because he can't seem to take instructions, and he's a complete fuck up. He's a complete liability. He wouldn't have been able, if he's playing the way he does, he wouldn't have made it all the way to us. He wouldn't have. So that's what my message is to you and to everybody else out there slagging him off. Is
I'm not. It sounds like I'm slagging him off now. It sounds like I'm slagging off now because it sounds like I'm slagging him off now because you brought it up.
Well, it's not. Yeah. Well, you're not slagging him off. I mean, everybody, all the other Spurs fans that are slagging him off, just take into consideration what I was saying. And I know what you're saying. You weren't necessarily slagging him off.
I'm just stating what I think are facts.
Yeah.
So, but this is the thing, right? If Sissoko's good enough, then does he get into another top six midfield?
Good question.
We've got West Ham the weekend. He don't get into West Ham midfield.
No, he won't.
No chance.
But he does get into the others, and he gets into the France midfield as well.
So does Pogba, though. Jesus, how are they one of the best? They're the best team in the world. They're fucking midfield, Sissoko and Pogba.
No, but if I was French manager, I'd play Pogba in there as well, though.
I fucking wouldn't play either. I wouldn't play either.
No, but I would have Sissoko and another workhorse in the middle, and Pogba just off them or with them, but just so that he don't have to do any running. Just give him the ball. You lot run around and give him the ball. Let him do his magic.
Man United have probably got the weakest centre midfield partnership, right? Out of the top six, yeah?
Right.
He's not as good as McTominay, is he?
He's got more quality, but no, he's not.
He hasn't got more quality.
McTominay's
a better footballer.
Does.
He can run around.
No, I mean, Pogba's shooting his long passes,
not Pogba, but McTominay. I'm talking about Sissoko.
Well, you're saying McTominay's better than Sissoko?
Yeah. So I'm saying Sissoko wouldn't get into their midfield, would he? Man United.
No, he would, bro.
You think he's better than McTominay?
I'd play Sissoko over McTominay.
So I mean, this goes. You know what this is? You know when we had the everyone's deluded chat the other day. This is it. McTominay's better than Sissoko. Much better. As much as you like him, and as much as we sing his name, and as much as he puts in 100%, and we've appreciated it for the last few years, that doesn't make him good.
Again, it's the job that he does. McTominay, it's just because McTominay's young, he's coming up and blah, blah, blah. And right now,
No.
if you're putting somebody in that midfield, if you've got to choose between those two, you 100% know what job will get done with Sissoko. With McTominay, yeah, you know what he does. He looks more orthodox with the ball at his feet. But is he a guarantee? And do you know what? Actually, that might not be fair, because I think having Pogba next to you can sometimes deteriorate your game. So I might be being a bit unfair to McTominay there, because if he's got someone that's reliable next to him playing well all the time, maybe he's reliable and plays well all the time. Because for me, that's the only thing that the difference between McTominay and Sissoko, because it was a good person to pick out for a comparison.
I mean, he wouldn't get into the Wolves team, would he?
So who's they got? João Moutinho,
Neves. Quality-wise, not on the same planet. I don't know why you're even thinking about it.
Pace-wise.
Fuck, mate, this ain't the Olympics.
But he's faster than them, so
right. Listen. Okay, then.
Do what those guys do, but make it look, but it will look messier. But he's fast as well. So
you've got this thing where he don't look right doing it, and it ain't that he don't look right doing it. It's not that. It's that he's not very good at it. Like, seriously, if pace and power is all you want, then why hasn't no one signed Usain Bolt?
He did get signed.
He ain't playing in the Premier League, is he?
No, but he played in like professional football in Australia for a bit, didn't he?
How did he get on?
He couldn't play very well.
Exactly, because he's not a good footballer. He's a good athlete. And Sissoko is the same. He's a good athlete, but he's not a great footballer.
Well, then Sissoko should be doing as badly as Usain Bolt did whenever the ball used to come to him. You charge your phone. Yeah. Anyway, do you know, that's probably too much time on bloody Sissoko. I just wanted to put that out there, because I think there's a big injustice being done, man. I think
slagging someone off for not being good enough is bullshit. But you can only slag someone off if they're not trying. You can't be better than what you are. So yeah, you can't slag him off for being shit. But if you want to talk about people that ain't good enough to be in the football team that wants to win the league and stuff, then Sissoko is 100% one of them people. That's a fact.
No, I do think.
You think you win the league with Sissoko?
He'll get into those. He will get into some of those top six midfields.
He wouldn't get into any of them. Not a single one. He don't get into Cities. He don't get into Chelsea's. He don't get into Leicester's. He don't get into Liverpool's. He don't get into West Ham's. Don't get into Wolves. Don't get into Everton's. Probably don't get into Arsenal's. That's 8.
He wouldn't get into Arsenal's.
In front of Partey.
No, he wouldn't get in there in front of Partey, but he'll get in front of every other player.
Would he get in there in front of Xhaka?
Easily. Xhaka's a fridge, mate. You would want anyone that's got a bit of mobility. Look, I know he's been playing half decent the last couple of games, but still, shit.
I think you're giving up some sort of technical ability for physical attributes. So if you sort of weigh it up, they're probably about even, I guess. So Arsenal's probably the only centre midfield that he might be able to get into in the top half of the league.
Because he's so mobile, he adds to fluidity. So if you're playing a fluid structure with how you're moving the ball around, then it would be better to have someone who's a bit more athletic and mobile and has a bit more agility.
So in the top half, it's just Arsenal.
No, I just can't be bothered to go through each and every team that you just brought up. I would have no problem, but I don't think anyone would want to watch that. But I would definitely go over with it at some other time when we actually do come out of this shit and have some drinks down the pub somewhere. But yeah, so that's enough about him. No, I guess it will be pre-drinks that we'll talk a bit more about the West Ham game. But does anything from this game have any relevance to the West Ham game coming up?
There's players that you know are going to play because they didn't start, but apart from that, like what you really wanted to see was fringe players making a case for getting picked, and there wasn't any.
No.
I think.
Oh fuck! I did think of something else. Vinicius. Weren't we saying it? That he makes good runs. Actually a good. He could be a good number 9. You don't necessarily want him on the ball too much, but
I think he's decent. Yeah, I don't think
you want him in the box, don't you?
Yeah,
or trying to play off the getting him behind because of the runs that he makes.
I think if he's playing in a good team and he's the number 9 and he plays 30 games out of the 38 or something, he might score 15 league goals, which is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't think in terms of making the team how they play, I don't think he'd contribute to that part of it, but he'd score goals in an half decent team. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because he's just not going to get the chance.
His goal was a good reaction, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
just quite close in.
See some people say it's a good finish. It wasn't a good finish.
Even he didn't cross his arms at the end, did he? So
no, he was. There was only like one thing he could do, and that's lift his leg up.
Yeah,
and wherever the ball hit. He was like full stretch with it, wasn't he? But he done all right. Yeah, that was all right. I think he's all right. I don't mind him. I think it's a shame. Like yesterday, he should have got the full 90 minutes. Really, he should have been trusted. So, take out of it that Tanganga's probably our best right back now because Doherty didn't do anything again. And another thing to take out of it, one good thing is that Davies played again. So you'd be hoping that Reguilon is fit for Sunday.
Yeah.
And Sanchez didn't, so Sanchez is playing. So you've got to score 2 goals, don't you? Because you know he'll give away 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we know if Antonio's in?
I'm not too sure. He hasn't been playing, has he?
No.
He ain't been playing.
Well, we want to hope not anyway, because we don't want to be dealing with him and Souček. That'll eat our defence.
Going back to the game, do you think there's any chance of us fucking this up in the home leg?
Absolutely not. I think we're going to spank him at home. I think Vinicius will probably start that game if everything's okay. He doesn't get injured or anything to get to play. But I don't think they've got anything for us. And their manager done something so dumb. I can't see him coming up with some sort of master plan to beat us.
No, I can't see him learning a lesson. Like whoever does that, there's no lessons to be learned.
It's mate, he showed his level by doing that, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
Yeah, no, they got nothing for us, so we'll be fine. So on to the next round now. It would have been nice to go out there. Where was it?
Austria.
Yeah,
that would have been a nice little trip, wouldn't it?
God damn. Fucking COVID.
Yeah, I know.
So, on to the next one. We'll see. We have to. We're going to be going into some of the harder teams now. Because what would that be?
Not.
Would it be quarters yet by now?
No, I think Europa League's round of 32, then 16. So I think 16 might be the next one. I might be wrong though.
So it's two left.
Sure. So I think it's last 16 in the Champions League, but in the Europa League it's last 32. I don't know why that would be. That doesn't seem to make sense, but for some reason that's in my head. That's the way it is.
I think they might have done that once upon a time. I don't know if they still do it, but that does sound familiar to me as well.
You know, we're second favourites.
Still.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done too badly in it, have we, to be honest? So
Man United are favourites, Arsenal are third, and AC Milan are behind us all somehow. I don't know how that works.
I haven't been keeping an eye on how they've been doing. Have they been all right?
I think they're top of the league.
Oh, shit. All right.
Might be wrong, but I'm sure they're top.
No, well, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the hangover for the game against Wolfsberg. That for some reason I was calling them pellets. I had that on.
That was their sponsor.
That's their sponsor. Because that was on Sky Sports. I was reading it. I was reading it out as I was saying it. So I was like, I've never heard of these guys before. I've heard of Wolfsberger before. So
because I did think that, and I thought that must be like, is that their nickname or something? Then I see it on their shirts, and I thought, where the fuck is Mike calling them that when it's on their shirt? It's weird, isn't it?
Sky Sports, blame Sky Sports. See, we're the professionals, not them. Look, man, listen, there should be plenty to comment about on after this chat. Actually, I really hope someone. Come on, talk
is
to
Moussa Sissoko good?
Because we keep on arguing and no one joins in, so we want someone to join in. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'm going to see you for Sunday's game against West Ham for the pre-drinks. You'll be about?
Saturday we'll be doing it, won't we? Tomorrow.
Saturday we'll be doing it. I keep on doing that, but yeah, I'll be about.
You need to be your day's work, man.
Oh, mate. Just this whole COVID thing has just got me in a complete time warp,
bullshit,
mate. Absolute time warp. But yeah, that's it then. So look, mash the like, subscribe,
mash the like.
And we'll catch you soon, yeah? Peace.
Yeah, do all them things. See you later.